Here we are then testing the GF 55mm on the GFX 100 Mark II. What a combo. Now this is my first time testing the video capabilities, and as you know, I like to use that for my intro. So here we are, jumping in and out of frame so you can see the focus breathe in the background, maybe the closest focusing if I can get it off my face. Well, there you go. We've got a bit of playing around to do, but how is it faring? Now, as you can read, we're shooting it wide open, so we should have a fairly decent background going on. And yeah, Real Ace 2, haven't used this film simulation much before, so this is nice to try out. Seems to be absolutely fine. Anyway, we're going to look at it up close now, see if it's the usual GF lens quality that we expect, get the random test samples on the go, and then it'll be over to, oh, after my waffle, of course. Let's crack on. Right, it's bigger than I expected. I should have gone a bit wider on this shot, but yeah, right, it just all feels like any other GF lens I've tried. Well, that's quite loose, but not too bad. The 1.7 to 22A and C. Yeah, that's not too bad. Nice big focus by wire there. We do have weather sealing. Weighs 780 grams. Now the camera I'm going to put it on weighs just over 1 kilo. So, you know, it is quite a mini beast. 77mm filter thread, 11 diaphragm blades, 14 elements in 10 groups. Of course, we're getting a 44mm full frame equivalent with an angle of view of 52.9 degrees. Minimum focus distance 50 centimeters, magnification 0.17. Let's just pop it on the camera. That is what I'm playing with at the moment. Not discreet at all. But then it's not really designed specifically for discreet shooting, although I'm going to give it a bash. I think that is a beast of beauty, or a mini beast of beauty. What do you reckon? Balances well, to be fair. Well, we'll reserve that till after I've given it some good use, but yeah, that is it on the GF X100 II, which you might have already seen on the channel. After a lot of testing and even shooting run and gun style out and about, the lens performs really well when it comes to build and handling. Yes, I mean, look, it's a chunky thing. Yes, it's heavy, but it feels right at home on the GF X100, the second or two, however you want to say it, which I'm going to try and put on here. I didn't plan to, but there you go. You know, look at that. It's tidy, if big. Now, the aperture ring, the manual focus ring, both work really well. The lens hood, perhaps the weakest link here, but we're really nitpicking. Also, in nitpicking mode, the autofocus motors aren't the best. It can be a bit noisy, not as snappy as some other GF lenses. But, you know, there's a lot of glass to move about. At this level, you've got to be demanding. but it wouldn't stop me buying this lens. There's also no IS, but the IBIS on the GFX 100 the second, it's so good. It really doesn't matter for me. Maybe if your experience is different, you can let us know, please. When it comes to image quality, this is one of the best I've tried that suits my needs. So sharpness wide open is excellent in the center, and from f4 it's basically perfect across the frame. Look out for diffraction at f11 though, but not a problem with this one. Color rendering, Fujifilm's top quality as we expect. Contrast, very good with this lens. On the 102 megapixel sensor, there's a lot to play with. Spherical and chromatic aberrations, barely noticeable by f2.8. Barrel distortion, present but easily corrected, as is vignetting. In fact, I barely noticed vignetting when I was reviewing the images a number of times to put this together. Yeah, fringing, it's where I see more wins with this lens. I'm not seeing anything like we usually do with something this fast. Bokeh, it's an important one for this. And I'm leaning towards saying it's beautiful, but maybe not magical. Is that harsh? Maybe it's a word we've used too much. I do love it though. It's natural, pleasing. I'm not disappointed at all. As with image quality in general, there's nothing here to put me off buying this if I were to do such a wild thing. Spot on build and handling, almost excellent image quality, not so great autofocus. So at £2,249 for me, this lens would be a great investment if you need top quality, near standard focal length, fast GF lens, but don't shoot particularly fast, as most GFX owners don't or won't or shouldn't. Now, if I were investing in this system, this lens would definitely be on the list, even though ultimately I prefer smaller and lighter gear, but that's not what this system is really all about. So yeah, somebody send me 10 grand and I'll keep this and shut up.